Hey traders, John Howell here. Today we're seeing the, what is it? We're seeing Nasdaq stocks get hit pretty hard. We're seeing a lot of the tech sectors, actually, the tech stocks are getting hit pretty hard as well too. So, if we go and we can see that, that if we go to the tech sector here, we can see that we have, we're getting like Apple is getting hammered. We're getting Tesla getting hammered. Netflix is okay. Microsoft. So we're getting a lot of the tech sector being hit pretty hard. And so we're seeing that. The thing is, guys, is that are we likely to continue seeing a meltdown, or what are the key things to tell us that this is the top in the Nasdaq and we're going to see a continuation? I'm going to share with that. But also the things to keep an eye out for to say, you know what? This is just a nice, healthy pullback before we actually see a massive slingshot to the upside. So I'm going to share with you the patterns and things to look out for, and hopefully today's video really helps you out. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into today's video. Guys, if you haven't done so yet, then make sure you get free membership access to my trading course. I'm actually just giving it away for free. I know people, I normally charge $500 for it. I know people out there charge $300 for it and all that sort of stuff. But guys, I'm actually just giving my whole trading course away for free. And so just make sure you grab that, guys. I'm only going to do it for a very short period of time frame. Go to johnsfreegift.com. You can see it on the screen. Link in the description. Get free membership access, guys. Go do it right now, because tomorrow I might go back to start charging it again. I'm doing this because I can just see so many people need my help. And I'm doing really well with my trading. I love my trading, and I want to help you guys out. So let's actually have a look at this here. We're looking at the Nasdaq here, and the Nasdaq actually had a pretty big down move through here, right? Pretty big down move on the actual the markets itself. If I bring this up here, let me actually just bring up a candlestick chart with no moving averages, and you can see we had a big solid downward day. And here is the thing about looking at the stock market for you guys, right? Over my 16 years of being involved with these markets, one of the worst things that I ever did, and if you're doing this yourself, it's a big mistake, because you're not seeing the forest from the trees. What the market does, it starts to give you pullbacks, and if you're looking at the markets from this perspective, as in like, oh my goodness, red candle, oh my goodness, red candle, oh my goodness, and you're zooming right in like this, if you're just focusing on this day here, you're missing the big picture. Right? You're missing the absolute massive big picture there. And so when we're seeing this, all we're seeing is that there. So we're looking at the tech sector now, and a lot of people just focus this, oh my goodness, the sellers are taking control, the sellers are and all the way down. But one of the most important things to trading, and I was actually doing a private coaching session with my private coaching clients today, and one thing I was talking to them about there was actually looking at how to actually remove some of the emotion to see what's clearly going on. Because if we have red and green bars like this, right, and we're zooming right in, one, we're focusing so much, oh my goodness, the market's crashing, oh my goodness, right? So that's what we're focused on. But in order for us to become good at this thing called trading, we know we have to try to remove the emotion as much as possible. Now, we can't remove it 100%, right? Because we've still got our money in the markets. But one of the best things that I would recommend you doing is to try to remove some of the emotion. Is the first thing to do is remove the red and green candlesticks. That's the first thing. So bring up a chart that looks like this, right? Now look at this here. Notice how different that looks, right? Because remember, the red and green candlesticks is producing what? Emotion, depending on if we're short or long. If we're short, red means, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And green means bad, right? Or if you're long this market and you see a big red candlestick, you're like, oh my goodness, the market's crashing, it's going to keep going down, blah, blah, blah. Right? And your fear barometer starts to kick in massively and stops you seeing forest from the trees. Makes sense? And I remember doing this. Let me actually bring up my YouTube channel. And I remember doing this last year. Over here, right? So again, if you go to johnsfreegift.com, you can grab my trading course for free. Actually, the very first video you get in the trading course is actually a powerful short-term trading system that works on any market. So you'll be able to I just give it to you for free. So anyway, I remember doing this last year, and here's the video that I did. Let me click on this one here. And this video here, as you can see, I did it back in March 28, 2020. And I was saying 3,000 S&P is coming. 3,000 S&P. And if you actually look at this here, you'll be able to see, notice how this is actually the S&P chart we're looking at here. And notice how the market had been doing what? The market had been just tanking through here. But I came out and did a video titling it 3,000 S&P coming, which was this one, which is right here. That was the, actually 3,000 was right there. I also said this gap here was probably going to get filled. I also said silver and gold, big move coming, 750 target. We know gold actually got to 2,000. And here, look at this here. Even Apple, when Apple was getting crushed last year and the market was getting smashed, I even said Apple all-time new highs coming. Now I actually traded all three of these. Not only did I say that, you know, that this is what's likely to happen, but then what I did do is I traded the S&P. I bought call options on the S&P. I bought call options on silver and gold, and also I bought call options on Apple, and they all did really well for me. Actually, Apple did like 200-something% return for me. Silver and gold did really well, and S&P maybe about 50% return in about, I think it's about a month or so being in those options. But anyway, and if you want to go watch that video, guys, if you just go back to, if you go back to my homepage, and if you just click on my name, go back to the homepage, and you'll be able to see this video right here. And this video right here is the video that I started calling. Anyway, so the purpose of me saying this, guys, is that we can see that when the market's going down, we cannot see the forest from the trees. So let me bring this over here for a minute now. And we can't see the forest from the trees. Now, one of the most important things to the markets is simple trend analysis. So if we just bring it back to, say, 6 months, I'm going to bring back 6 months. Notice how it looks different now. Notice how this down bar doesn't look that bad now, does it? Because remember, guys, when we're trading, we're trying to remove the emotion as much as possible from the markets, right? Because if we're trying to remove the emotion so we can make good, logical, not emotional decisions. And as you can see, now looking at the Nasdaq, you're like, oh, okay, well the Nasdaq it had a little run to the upside, yeah. It did do that. And yeah, we are getting a bit of a pullback, but it's actually not that bad, really. You know, we're only about, 5% from the high here, so it's really not that bad. See how now just by doing two simple things. Firstly, a white background with nothing on it and just black bars. Now you're sitting back and saying, okay, well, yeah, the tech sector got hammered today. Market's crashing. Is it going to continue? By the way, I did that as clickbait to get you guys to watch this video. So thank you for hanging around with me. How about that for transparency? But you can see here the pullback. So now, for me personally, I'm looking at this right here, and I'm like, okay, then now those two simple things is now removing the emotion as much as possible from the market, so I can make a logical, not an emotional reaction to what the market's doing. And so all I can see here is what I'm looking at right now. Now, what's one of the most important things to us as traders is identifying the trend. The trend is your friend until the end. Okay, but what happens with the trend? We go for a run, and then we get a pullback, don't we? And then it makes a higher low, right there. Then it goes for another run, makes a higher high, has a pullback, might be even a bit of a pullback. Then it makes another higher low, and then goes for another run again. So that's an upward trend, right? So as you can see, the big mistake that what a lot of traders do is, firstly, they zoom right in on this bit here with red and green candles and go, oh my goodness. So remember I said before, instead of doing that, zoom out 6 months. Second thing is don't have red and green candlesticks, have black bars, because we're just trying to see the overall trend. And then secondly, don't focus on this day here, focus on the overall, where's the overall trend? And if you're looking at the overall trend right now, where is that? Where is that on the Nasdaq? We have what? We have a move up, which is a high, come down. What is this here? Oh, it's a higher low. Then we had a move up, and then now we've had a move down, haven't we? So this could easily be what? A higher low in the markets, right? A higher low in the markets. And so we can see that this here, all this could be right now is a bit of a shake and bake. What I call these periods through here is just a shake and bake before we get this, and we may even get another downward movement here, and we may be getting ready to go through another one of these. So right now, the biggest thing here is to keep an eye on this trend analysis. And then on top of all that, what I've just shared with you today, one of the most important things to you is keep an eye on that weekly chart, because we're looking at the daily chart here. And again, I was talking with my private clients recently, and I was talking about this and sharing with them one of the most important things. If we have a look at this weekly chart, what's going on with this weekly chart here? The weekly chart, remember, what's the most important thing to us? The trend. Where's the trend? The trend is your friend until the end, right? So has the trend actually ended yet? On the Nasdaq, it hasn't, right? Market's crashing. Is it going to continue? Well, we had to get a little bit of a pullback. But look what's happening here. The trend is your friend until the end. Look what's happening. We get a move up, and then we get like little pullbacks through here. Little pullback, or at least a sideways phase. And then we create what? Then we create a low. There's a higher low. There's a small little higher low. And the market does what? Remember, guys, the weekly chart here, this is looking now, this is definitely looking from the big picture perspective. And then the market goes for another run again. And then look what happens. We pull back, but notice how we pulled back, and what did we do? We created another higher low, then we went for another run again. Yeah, we actually made a bit of a double top, and that's a warning sign. But look what's happening here. We actually went for a run. Ooh, it should be this one right here. Went for a run from there to there. And then we did what? And then we had an overall pullback. So this actually could be a pullback here. And as long as we don't get below this low here, we're still doing what? We're still creating major higher lows in the market. And this is what the market does. It gets you sucked in so bad to this small little movement. But as you can see, I've just zoomed it back over the last sort of, say, year and a half now. And I can see on the Nasdaq that this is just a bit of a pullback, and we could just be getting ready to do something like this again. Because why? There's nothing in this market to say this massive market is now coming to an end. Because we are still making low, here's a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, all the way up. And even if you go back in time, right? Oh, I won't do that. I won't confuse you anymore. I put a lot of stuff in this video, so I won't confuse you anymore. But as you can see, right, this low here is still a higher low. So if we start to get below 12,500, now we're talking a potential trend change, topping pattern. And if that happened, then we could possibly see a, 14? We could see a 1,500 or 15. So what's that? 1,000, 1,500. So we're going to go here. If we possibly could see a drop down to around the 11,000 level if this double top or this sort of triangle pattern starts to form. So they're the big things to keep an eye out for, guys, in the markets. And once again, this could easily just be, as you can see from my line, this could easily just be a nice pullback before the market starts to the tech sector starts to pick up a bit again, and it goes for another run. So I hope this helps you out today, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Make sure you guys go to johnsfreegift.com if you'd like to get my trading course. If you are interested also in my private coaching, I'm running a 70% off sale right now. So if you go to Johns, Johns, privatecoaching.com, I'm only running it for a few days, but so 70% off, guys. If you want my private coaching where every week and every day I'm helping you and coaching you and giving you my trading system and my scanning tools and all that sort of stuff, then simply go to johnsprivatecoaching.com, and that may or may not be for you, but it's about to end over the next few days. So go do that right now. Again, johnsfreegift.com if you just want to grab a free trading course, get education. But if you'd like my help, I'm running a 70% off sale at Johns, Johns, privatecoaching.com. And above all, guys, just make sure, hopefully some of the stuff that I've taught in this video is going to help you out. Speak to you soon, guys.